Okay, so today today is my first day of mm, my 13th video, the 13th video where I'm speaking with the same speed of recorder in the video for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, and I'm gonna do the same, but the work with the same, but this one for 20 days, and then I'm gonna change another video. So let's start it. I think most of you people had sat in the chair. It's not about what they want to. It's about their own initiative, their own drive, their own ambitions, their own curiosity. I can say from the area where I grew up, however you say to me, okay, you can only be grinding if your back is bent. On my tombstone, I want the epitaph, be ashamed to die until you have scored some victory for humanity. Many people looked for meaning in life as though it's going to under a rock or behind a tree. This is my meaning. You have more power than that. You have the power to create some meaning in your life rather than passively look for it. Meaning to me is to know more about the world today than it did yesterday. That enhances meaning for me. And if you accomplish a cruise daily, in a month, you know what one you did yesterday and that day later, so that you continue to grow. The first question to me was, where do you find meaning? How have great decided early all these things? You can align and stand between people who change the grass, but you don't hold power over you. There's famous quote from Martin Luther King. You can only garden if your back is bent. When I grew up, it was very common to hear the phrase second tones and break my promise to work the work will never hurt me. I haven't heard that be phrased in a long time. I don't hear it recited in elementary. And I think that will happen over years is we came to learn as a situation words can be powerful. That's an advance in the mental health. But what I see in the field side of that coin, hopefully people are less able to deal with the very same people who are around today, who were around back, who were calling your names. I can say, for area where I grew up, I don't give a strat as you say to me, unless you're between me and some goal, then I'll have to get it some way. If they are a racist person or sexist person with some kind of cultural bias, I want to know actually you want to say everything you want to say. It's okay to have who you are or how you're thinking. So now what do you do to do? Because you're in the way. Do I dig around you, live over you, or do I do it this way and then come out the other side? Yes, longer is more effort, it's more energy, but it's on some level it's solves some shit different day. I can say you being racist, you being like that's not. You gotta navigate it. I think high school that's where you learn how to deal with difficult people. There are people who are nasty. You don't have to navigate to them. There are people who you cannot interact with for whatever reason, and are not going to be critical in your workplace. So I think we are unavailable to talk to social part that people are started into in the high school to experience to say, oh, I go have some I can deal with all of these people. Hey, having to deal with these people in your profile, your motivation for the regrets that you have in this couch. They have some vision statements and they have to give grit. Okay, they now needs to back up and try another way. They're not down again and when it's was successful. It measure my health, influence, or just joy in the life person. For me, what I do for public, 80+% of it is driven by duty, not by ambition. That's how I feel it. That was ended up hosting comments in 2014 and Dream, video of Carson, who is hugely talented. He approached me and said, will you consider hosting commerce? I said, I don't. There's a dozen people, maybe have a dozen or more to this money and I need to do this. I really don't, but then I thought about it. As I made college when I was 17. I was applying to colleges in West Cornell. I been accepted to Cornell, but didn't know what college I want to go to. And the ambitious officer saw and worsened to the incumbents there, and I fulfilled my obligations to him. First reaction, and he sent me a letter. Like I did this letter and I opened it. It's like, I understand you like the sounds that I like. You do want to come visit the campus and have to decide if you want to go to Cornell. He met me outside his building on a Saturday. He listened to me reach back at the officer and it was and sent to me. It was a further shorter single card. Later in that day, I'm going to go back. It begins to snow and it does often in December in Africa. And it says, here's my home number. If the person it through from the north, spend the night with my family and go back tomorrow. I'm thinking, who am I? Why? I'm nobody. But I was somebody to him. And I said to myself, if I ever be more as famous as he is, I will treat students the way he had treated me. If you can forward his memory into this next commerce, let me have a way to justify who and what I am the next course because thought of a passage. The work was passed in 2014, it was passed in 1975. To Nelson Future Astronomer, and you still have that book. It was an adult scientist, but it's a kid who never lost a curiosity. I think most people who have said in nature it's not about what college they want to, it's about their own initiative, their own drive, their own ambitions, their own curiosity. That's not taught in school. Sadly, school they give you just an empty vessel of information and test you over here in a high grade you praised. You may even give conversation speech. Then you become the shackles to move off of work. I don't think so. When you come last day of school, you're now singing the Alice Cooper song, School's Out Forever. You will be a sad song. You'll be singing, saying, gee, I'm gonna go 2 3 months without learning anything. It's be sad as school is over. Not happy. And so you leave school, you say yourself, I know how to learn. I now have a curiosity of all things and have better years exposed to. And we become a lifelong learner. I read things that take me to places where other people think. What it was about it that had impacted you so much that you still carry today? For me, let's grows a level of wisdom did he glean in his life, and it successfully communicate to me either by example or by just episode statement. In high school, he was in gym class and they were planning up and they were about to enter the class and look into and it was track and field. And the gym instructor pointed to my dad for the on the line and said, Sure Johnson, will look at him, he does not have body type. We excel in charge. And he said, what? No one is going to tell me what I can do in my life. And he used that as a person to start running. Within a few years of that, became world class. In 1948, the Olympics were not yet ready to come back to us because we were growing from the Second World War. Instead, there was still an Olympics. We were called GI Olympics were held at Hitler Stadium. So he competed in his stadium in the late 1940s. Because the reason why I'm saying that is the friends named Georgian, they were competing against the new world, no, against the world, the new, at the time, especially on the white Protestant. So one another group, the Brainer Club, to everybody who knows accepted to the New York architecture with basically blacks and Jews, and his best friend, Johnny Georgian. Okay, we can remember on the back stretch. Might have been quite some time coming on the final stretch anyway, away, and a runner from New York refused by behind him, and Johnny Georgian overhands. Had runner's coach say, cut it, and he overhead this. And so what did he say to himself? He said, this one he nigger he can catch, and thus extended his lead to finish to finish line. It tells the story, not with any beer term. Words is an occasion to parlay, what today may be called microsing into a reason to excel even more than you expected of your own abilities and talent. My question on your time word. Impact will be people learn from me in a way that they are empowered by what I taught them. So they think or what they learn from me, they no longer think of me. They think of their own pace of understanding with how this world works. I become irrelevant. And because people say this, because Tyson said so, they fail. That's not how you teach yourself someone. That's teaching them by authority. I don't know, that's no. I want to teach you to think about the world. And you say, we have in the world, and you just run off, don't even look back. Because the new level of hunger has descended upon you, and the helping turns to feel that hunger and not accessible to you. So if my impact would be that others are impacted and they don't even remember, they have something to do with it. Okay, so this is the first time for my starting off the 13 video speaking, and I'm just about to speak with Sam Speed as he's speaking. And I think that video is quite a little bit slower than the previous video, but he used lots of advanced words in this video, so I have to learn how to pronounce them correctly in order to have to rise my pronunciation in the highest level as I can to make Miss and the other student admire me, look up on me. It's not like they look down on me or they just think me that, oh, because you're from because you're English, yes, your second language, so it's fine. No, they don't. I don't want that. I want to look at me like normal English learner in a normal class. Like I'm not. I'm like I was born there. I want them to look at me. Like I was born in here. They have to admire me. It's not like they have, but I have to show you that I got a power. That I got to admire me. So if I can be the best in my school in Vietnam, so why do I? So why I cannot be the best in this school? So that's what I am talking about. So that's what my goal. I want to achieve the goal. I'm not gonna give up until I get it. Okay. So then I see the end of my of this video today. So okay, goodbye.